First here at 11 o'clock, we have new details after that large apartment fire in Jeffersontown late today. The fire department also faced with one fire hydrant encased in the icy snow. Hello, everybody, and thank you for joining us. All new here on the night team. I'm Doug Proffitt. 12 units damaged, people losing their homes after the fire caused the roof to collapse. The apartment complex is located just off Taylorsville Road on Park Laureate Drive. Several fire departments responded. WHAS 11 night team's Alex Dederer and photojournalist Aspen Hester have more on how long it took to get control.
Flames and smoke are seen billowing from the roof of an apartment complex in Jeffersontown, causing the roof to collapse.
The fire was just shooting out of the top of the building, and they hadn't even connected the hoses yet.
Before the flames could be put out, a fire hydrant had to be dug out of a snowbank.
We were hooked up to 2 fire hydrants. You can see one right here in the snowbank, so it's pretty covered, so it took a while to get to that.
J-Town Fire Captain Amber Cobb says by the time crews got to the scene, all the residents were out of the building and no one was injured.
The property managers had already been here getting people out, which was, they did a great job.
Lauren Kendall lives in the building next door and was home when the fire broke out.
We heard a car alarm going off and then somebody honking over and over again, and we just thought somebody like wrecked in front of the apartment building, and we came out and everyone's just running and we hear someone yell fire, and I look over and it's like just flames bursting through the bottom apartment, and just the whole time we were standing out here, the fire was just growing to the top of the building by the time the firefighters got here.
12 apartment units were affected. Some are destroyed. As residents stood outside their homes waiting for answers.
Everybody has been so kind, and I even got offered snacks. And there was some guy running around with a little fire extinguisher. I don't think that was going to help, but it was cute.
Neighborly kindness continued to show through. In J-Town, Alex Dederer, the WHAS 11 night team on your side.
That kindness always seems to happen around here in tragedy. Right now, the cause of the fire is unknown and is being investigated. The American Red Cross was on the scene helping people who were impacted by the blaze. Right here new tonight, a proposed consolidation plan could make taxes higher for people living in the Highlander Fire District in southern Indiana. That's around the Greenville, Indiana, Floyd's Knobs area. The fire district wants to combine with the Floyd County Fire Protection Territory. At a public hearing tonight, leaders with Highlander say the consolidation is necessary because of lost tax revenue due to Senate Bill number 1.
In general, we have issues across the state and across the country of financial support for fire service.
This unified approach will further enhance both member and community safety.
The involved fire boards must approve the consolidation. That vote's expected during a meeting coming up on March 11th. Let's switch right now. We've got clear skies across Kentuckiana tonight. Look at the lights of downtown Louisville really shining brightly with those clear skies above the skyscrapers. This means the temperature is going to drop quickly again after a winter day that you could say was actually pretty normal around here. For once. Hey, Mallory, it's been several weeks since we've been able to even say those words.
I know. What a nice phrase there. Near normal. That was the case today. We started off just above that freezing mark this morning, topped out at 50 degrees this afternoon, just 3 degrees above our average daily high of 47 for this time of year. Yes, because of those clear skies, temperatures have already dropped pretty quickly into the 20s and 30s across Kentuckiana, and we are looking at mostly clear conditions overall tonight. You can see that here on the Max HD satellite and radar. So those temperatures will continue to tumble down into the 20s overnight with light winds. Can't rule out some patchy fog by early tomorrow morning and some patchy slick spots as well for any areas that are still seeing those mounds of snow that are slowly melting and of course refreezing at night. For tomorrow, temperatures running just a few degrees cooler than today. We are expecting partly sunny skies, so clouds will be increasing, but we are looking to stay dry with highs topping out in the mid to upper 40s. Now looking ahead to this weekend, we do have rain chances returning. I'll be timing that out coming up in our 7-day forecast. Doug.
Mallory, thanks so much. Brand new on the WHAS 11 night team, the Kentucky House has passed a bill known as the Crystal Rogers Act, and it's a big move forward.
93 members voting aye, no members voting nay. House Bill 305 is amended by House Committee Substitute 1 and House Floor Amendment 3 is passed.
House Speaker David Osborne of Prospect speaking there. The bill essentially protects the secrecy of grand jury testimony. If you violate that, this bill would extend the statute of limitations for secret grand jury recordings to 10 years and increase accountability in serious cases. Crystal's mother, Sherry Ballard, pushed for the legislation. It comes after prosecutors revealed that the family of Brooks Houck secretly recorded their grand jury testimonies. Representative Candy Massaroni, from Bardstown, filed the bill.
While recording grand jury proceedings is already illegal in Kentucky, no charges were brought because the 1-year statute of limitations had expired by the time the investigators discovered the recordings. That is a gap in the law.
The bill will now head off to the Kentucky Senate. Here at home, the Commonwealth's attorney in Louisville is critical of a judge's decision to cut the recommended sentence of a convicted rapist. It's a story we first told you exclusively on the night team Friday night at 11 o'clock. A jury convicted Christopher Thompson of kidnapping, rape, and robbery, and that jury recommended a sentence of 65 years. Last week, Circuit Court Judge Tracy Davis reduced the recommendation down to 30 years. Today, on camera at a news conference, Commonwealth's attorney Jarena Weathers said she backs the jury's recommendation.
Our responsibility is that if we have put everything in front of a jury and that we believe based on the evidence that we need to move forward in trial, that's why we're there, then we are going to move forcefully to make sure that the sentencing that happens with the jury is carried out.
Weathers continued to say the jury is there for a reason. They review the evidence, hear witnesses, and decide a punishment that fits. New information tonight from police in Jeffersonville after a woman in southern Indiana allegedly stole a police cruiser and then hit a police officer after a robbery earlier this month. We first told you about this story last night at 11. It happened as officers were investigating a robbery on Wall Street. Jeffersonville police say Jasmine Shekels was able to drive off in their police cruiser, hitting an officer in the process and leading to a chase. Now the chief of detectives, Samuel Moss, says Shekels was handcuffed.
I can tell you that she was arrested. She was placed in the vehicle. She then gained control of the vehicle and then operated the vehicle, which led to her fleeing. As far as the details surrounding that, they're still under review right now.
Detective Moss went on to say that they do plan to release body camera video, but right now it's with the prosecutor's office in Clark County. We have new reporting tonight from ABC News on that man who was detained last night for questioning for several hours in the search for Nancy Guthrie. On ABC's World News Tonight this evening, they reported the man had been on investigators' radar before the front doorbell video was made public this week. The delivery driver, who only identifies himself as Carlos, was released in the overnight hours with no charges, but police are keeping him under surveillance.
I work in Tucson. What do you do? GLS, deliver packages. Okay, do you think you might have delivered a package to Nancy Guthrie's house?
I don't know. Might have been a possibility. I don't know.
Also today, investigators say they have received more than 4,000 tips in this case so far. Brand new beginnings for a Louisville public high school institution. Been around 70 years. An institution here in Louisville with some famed graduates. JCPS breaking ground on the brand new Seneca High School building.
3, 2, 1, Red Hawk!
The $100 million investment for Seneca on Goldsmith Lane reflects areas in agri-science and health science as well. The new school building will include a greenhouse and a barn for hands-on learning. The new high school will be constructed on the very same site as the existing school. Seneca students say they're so excited for their new school building.
This building will be a moment where everything becomes possible, where a student who never saw themselves in agriculture walks into a greenhouse and suddenly feels at home. A place where students discover their passion in a workshop or even a barn, where students learn their skills that prepare them for college, careers, and life.
Well, famous graduates from Seneca include longtime former Mayor Jerry Abramson, former CBS 60 Minutes and ABC News anchor Diane Sawyer, and NBA Hall of Famer Wes Unseld. The high school is expected to be finished ahead of the 2028-29 school year. Still to come right after this on the night team, the big happy birthday for the miniature horse at the Kentucky Derby Museum, how mighty Aristides celebrated his birthday. Plus,
This goes over 4 administrations. You don't have to go back to Biden. Let's go back to Obama. Let's go back to George Bush.
Next on the 19, that fiery exchange, the insults, and a 5-hour hearing. Kentucky Congressman Thomas Massie and Attorney General Pam Bondi clashing over the Epstein files.
And we are looking to stay quiet and seasonally cool for the rest of the work week, but rain chances return for Valentine's weekend. I'll be timing it out coming up after the break. Here's a check of today's Kentucky Lottery jackpots. Mega Millions, $385 million. Powerball, $126 million.
The Kentucky Lottery, funding education for over 1 million Kentucky students.